Good afternoon. My name is Joe Parks from the Cristo Rey network of schools in the United States. We're one of 6 WISE Award winners. Each winner will have an opportunity to come up now and speak briefly to the audience, and then you'll have an opportunity to ask us questions. We began in 1996 in Chicago as an attempt to reach out to low-income students who are being shut out from quality secondary education that would give them access to good college university education in the U.S. The public school system, particularly in our large cities in the United States, has undergone rapid deterioration over the last 30 or 40 years, major problems in just about all of our large cities. The Catholic school system, which for a century had served immigrant families in our inner cities, also has severe financial and sustainability issues. And in point of fact, many of them have closed over the last 15 or 20 years. So there was a desperate need to try something new, to reach out for what we call first-generation college students. These would be young boys and girls whose parents did not attend college and university. So the Jesuit order started the first school in Chicago in 1996. It's what the Mexican immigrant parents wanted for their children, a small, safe, college preparatory high school. The issue was, of course, how could these families pay a private school tuition? In the United States, the government does not support primary or secondary private schools. A lot of private schools in the United States are attended by the sons and daughters of wealthy families who can afford to pay almost college-like tuitions. There are a lot of Catholic high schools that can deal with middle-class students. The middle-class parents can pay for it, but those coming from the lower economic classes were basically being almost completely shut out from quality secondary private education. So the Jesuits and their advisors in Chicago came up with a unique idea for secondary school students. Each student would work 1 day a week. 5 students would share an entry-level clerical job in what we call a white-collar firm, so a law firm, an investment bank, a hospital, a high-powered foundation, a high-powered not-for-profit. The students would do entry-level clerical work, answering the phone, filing, faxing, scanning in the law firms, pushing around those carts with the big, thick books into different offices. We insist that they do something valid and worthwhile while they're at work, and the companies, in turn, pay a fee to the school. So it's now in New York $30,000 for the 10-month period. So in effect, each student is earning $6,200 toward what otherwise would be tuition. Our tuition is very low. In New York, it's $2,000. We discount it by about 40%. So the average family only pays $1,200 in tuition. We feel it's important that the families pay something so that they have ownership in the program, and that seems to have worked. Fast forward from 1996 to 2012, we now have 25 schools scattered throughout the United States, north, south, east, and west. We're all over the continent of North America, of the United States. How did this rapid growth take place? Basically, the first school in Chicago got a lot of publicity. They were written up, they were on 60 Minutes, they were written up in Newsweek, and we were unique because no other high school system in the United States had students working 1 day a week to help pay for their tuition. A gentleman who had gone to a Jesuit college, Holy Cross, visited the first school in 1998. He liked it. He felt that the Catholic Church was abandoning the inner city, so he and his wife put up $12 million to replicate the model. A year after that, the Gates Foundation got involved, and they made a significant contribution to further replicate the model. And that's how we've grown from 1 to 25 and we have a network central office in Chicago that makes sure we each stick by our mission effectiveness standards that we each agree to when we open. What is the primary reality, though, connected with the work program, I think, is the way it motivates and inspires the young students to succeed in school. Originally, it's kind of an unintended consequence. The work-study program was created so that a very modest, low tuition could be charged and the school would have a financially sustainable model. What we've all discovered over the years is that the work-study program has a far more important role. It builds up the self-confidence of our students. They dress like adults. They're treated like adults. It makes them see pretty quickly that what it takes to become a professional in life. So all of a sudden they start thinking about becoming lawyers and doctors and accountants and bankers because they're street smart, and it doesn't take them too long in these companies to realize these people are no smarter than they are, but they stayed in school and succeeded in school. So what happens? To give you one concrete example, we opened in New York in 2004. We graduated our first class in 2008, and a good number of those students graduated from college in May. Abiezer Mendez was one of triplet boys in that first class. His parents were immigrants from the Dominican Republic. He worked at J.P. Morgan Chase when his fourth year of high school with us. He got a scholarship from J.P. Morgan Chase, the Thomas Lebrecht Fellowship, to attend Fordham University. They hired him, J.P. Morgan Chase, all 4 summers that he was in college and part-time while he attended college. He graduated on May 19th, honors English from Fordham University, and 2 weeks later started working full-time at J.P. Morgan Chase, and his first year's salary will be 3 times as much as his father ever made as a building janitor in his best year. So Abiezer is an example of how our program can work. One final word, there is international interest in what we're doing. 3 weeks ago, I was invited over to Johannesburg, spent a week there with religious, educational, and business leaders talking about the possibility of Johannesburg starting a school based on our model. Thank you.